There we go. All right. How did we go with our weekly lesson?
I did pretty good.
Did you have a new
You-
one, Gary?
No, I was still using the one, when you learn to make me manifest, you will never see death. If you offer love, it will come back to you because it is drawn to itself. I was still using that one.
Mm.
I had moments where I could have been really angry, and I reeled it back and remembered my lesson, and so yeah, I did good. I did good
Good.
this week. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm getting calls from Mongolia.
Ah, how's he doing?
Yeah, good. He's doing good.
Mm.
They're having a great time, and his mate, him and I do shares. I don't know whether I've told you that before, but we do shares. So he's just ringing to let me know because yesterday he rang me and said, um, "I think you should sell this lot and buy more in uranium." And I went, "Okay." So I did it while we were on the phone, and he's just ringing to say, "So uranium's up 6.6%, and the other one's only up 1.43%." And I went, "Well, we done good then." Anyway, sorry. Not
Hi,
always
Jane.
about me. Morning, Jane.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, everybody. Great to see you all.
Good to
How are
see you.
you?
Gary was missing his Americans, so
I know.
my lesson was for it is the function of love to unite all things unto itself and to hold all things together by extending its wholeness. And as usual, I'm going to change this pattern this week, but my pattern has been that I go through my day and think, yeah, I did that. Where didn't I do it? Yeah, I'll work on that. And how am I going to extend that for this day? And this morning it was bigger. So it wasn't just about me and my little world. It was just about extending it further and including to all the challenging people and all the challenges in the world and just extending love. So that's what I'll do. That's my plan.
That's awesome.
And to start it in the beginning of the week rather than getting to Tuesday and going, oh, yeah, that's okay. But how can I be bigger? So, yeah. Anyone else?
Yes, mine was the attraction of love for love remains irresistible. And last week we talked about intention as well. You mentioned intention, V. So my extension of that is all you need is love and intention. I think that should be all you need is love with
Mm,
attention,
mm,
intention.
mm. Love it.
Were we reading 5 and 6 last week?
I think we
We
did.
were reading the
We
end of chapter
started on 5.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so we got to the end of chapter 12, actually.
Yeah, we did.
Mm. Yeah.
Got a new chapter this week.
I wrote down the atonement is but the way back to what was never lost, which I agree with and did nothing with.
Love you, Coralie. You're so awesome.
Jane, are you looking for yours?
Yes, and mine was the same as Coralie's about atonement because oh shoot. Um it just kind of spoke to me. And it's it's just been an interesting week. Um because the theme the week before was about people, myself, being able to say, you know, I didn't handle such and such right. I could do better. I want to do better. And to me, that's atonement. So that's why that spoke to me. But I am my hubris meter has really fallen a great deal. So that's my report on myself.
I don't even know what hubris means. What does hubris mean, Jane?
Oh, that you are high on yourself and think you're right, and it's to have hubris is to really be a little bit too big for your britches.
Right.
Mm.
If that's I don't know if that's an American term or all the way around term, being too big for your britches.
Yeah.
That is
That's pretty
definitely, yeah,
common.
we do have that.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Okay.
Yes.
I just have to tell you, I saw something on a news show about this group, this cult in New Zealand. Are you familiar with
There's a
this
few.
large, what is it?
There's a few of them. Which one? Is it Gloria Vale or Destiny Church? One of them?
I think it's the first, yes. And
Oh,
they
yeah.
all dress alike
Mm.
and so on. It chilled me to my bone. I didn't they just were advertising it that it's going to be
Hmm.
on a news show, but
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I mean, we certainly in the U.S. have had our fair share of large cults and so on. So,
Mm.
yeah.
They're always going to be there, unfortunately.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm reading this book so I can understand how to love them, basically.
You know,
Mm.
well, I don't know if this fits. I'd be curious to know what you think. To me, I think it's everyone needs to feel like they belong
Mm.
in life, belong somewhere, belong to something, someone, to to God, whatever. And I think when you're raised with no sense of belonging, I think that might fill the bill and make
Mm.
someone go tilt. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Mm.
I don't know.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
95% of the churches do. I
Mm.
mean, they
Yes.
are a cult unto the unique interpretation of Christ's teachings by the minister. So based
Right.
upon the minister, which could be
Right.
dark and really distorted, they form a belonging.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
they go out and they naturally proselytize. They tell their people to bring visitors in. They work the visitors. They coddle them. They do all of those things to form a quote unquote the church family.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Yeah.
same premise.
Gloria
Right.
Um,
Vale's sort of gone beyond that though, because there's like a group of people, they got together and, had a leader and started the cult, but then they're just having children and children and children, and it's quite closed and no one else would want to go into it. And it's the second and third generations trying to get out. That's the
no, this is an
what's been
old
more
cult.
in the news. Yeah.
Huh. So children are born within the cult and are indoctrinated into that.
Yeah, well, they're all because they set them all up with their most distant cousin, and they're all meant to have as many children as they can. And some people resist that, but they're not allowed to just leave. They get excommunicated from their family if they leave. So
Which is
and yeah,
classic
so
cult,
so they
isn't
have
it?
what's that?
Which is classic cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a generations on though, so they're not really looking for people to come in because they're breeding them.
Exactly. And this one young woman, I mean, my God, I don't know that she was a day over 30. It was a short clip and it showed her saying, I've had 9 children and I couldn't be prouder. I'm so happy to be doing this.
Mm.
Okay, you know.
When I was a kid, I wanted, because, we had such a little family and we were moving all the time, so we were never really included in anything. So inclusion was what I wanted. But I remember as a kid and even as a young adult, it was inclusion, but not those people. And now I get it. It's inclusion and it's got to be inclusion for everybody. And I
Right,
think,
right.
It also has to have free will.
yeah,
You know, you gotta
yeah,
want to be in that group.
yeah. Anyway,
Mhm.
that's enough of that. Let's go read
But I like our
something about
cult
love.
best of all.
I like this one.
Okay, all you ladies have to start having babies now.
It's too late. It's too late.
We're gonna indoctrinate into the
About 40
Course in
years
Miracles.
Ah,
At least
okay.
9 each.
How about we'll
Well,
adopting
who's going to be
what
the
about
father then,
adopting
Gary?
puppies?
Won't be me. As I said before, the old stallion's been put out to pasture. So.
Oh God. Good stuff.
The Guiltless
Okay.
World, chapter 13.
Oh
Feels like it's
boy.
been ages since we started a new chapter.
The Guiltless World.
Let's go, Gary.
If you did not feel guilty, you could not attack, for condemnation is the root of attack. It is a judgment of one mind by another as unworthy of love and deserving of punishment. We love the cults. But within lies the split. For the mind that judges perceives itself as separate from the mind being judged, believing that by punishing another it will escape punishment. All this is but the delusional attempt of the mind to deny itself and escape the penalty of denial. It is not an attempt to relinquish denial, but to hold on to it. For it is guilt that has obscured the Father to you, and it is guilt that has driven you insane.
Oh, crikey.
Wow.
That's pretty much the truth right there, though.
It is.
Oh, I'm just not going to
I
enjoy this
surrender.
chapter.
Was that
You
Jane?
just have to stop judging, Lady Linda. That's just the crux of it.
Simple.
Simples.
I love that one line. For the mind that judges perceives itself as separate from the mind being judged, believing that by punishing another it will escape punishment.
And that indeed is insanity.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's a circle. Send it out. It's coming back. It's a boomerang.
Mm.
We don't really need to break that up, do we?
Mm.
No.
Number 2. Who wants to read number 2?
Go on then.
Go on.
The acceptance of guilt into the mind of God's Son was the beginning of the separation, as the acceptance of the atonement is its end. The world you see is the delusional system of those made mad by guilt. Look carefully at this world, and you will realize that this is so. For this world is the symbol of punishment, and all the laws that seem to govern it are the laws of death. Children are born into it through pain and in pain. Oh my goodness. Their growth is attended by suffering, and they learn of sorrow and separation and death. Their minds seem to be trapped in their brain and its power to decline if their bodies are hurt. They seem to love, yet they desert and are deserted. They appear to lose what they love, perhaps the most insane belief of all, and their bodies wither and gasp and are laid in the ground and are no more. Not one of them, but has thought that God is cruel. Oh, wow. Crikey.
Mm.
It's like a slap in the face, isn't it?
It
Wow.
is.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I
thinking
even
of the
think like
same.
on the number 3 there, and it says, "Look carefully at this world, and you will realize this is so." I'm like, you don't have to look that carefully now.
No, that's true. Mm.
I'm thinking of that saying, guilty is sin, but this is really pulling out guilt is definitely the mistake. So
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, guilt is truly created. I mean, it still goes back to that guilt is created by us looking at another and judging them in condemnation. If we ceased the judgment of others, we would have far less guilt.
Mm.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So it still goes back to the fundamental principle of seeing the light of God in all things.
Mm.
And the more we judge, the more fear we have. The more we condemn, absolutely, the more fear we have. And that makes us feel separate from everyone and everything.
And it makes sense when I have spoken bad about people, it makes sense that that is the feeling that comes through at the end of the day is guilt from doing that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
They appear to lose what they love, perhaps the most insane belief of all.
Hmm.
Because you can't lose it.
Well, you can lose someone.
Because they die or because they leave.
Probably
Mm.
both.
Both, and then you can lose someone's love by them choosing differently.
And I think
Yes.
that's the lesson, is to just keep loving them anyway.
I think that is the entire part of the Course in Miracles that's so beautiful is that,
Right.
whether it's reciprocated or not, for me, it's like you've had the experience. And that within itself is worthy of, feeling grateful for.
Yeah.
Mm.
Even the grief of losing someone or, your favorite pet or whatever, even that grief is a beautiful thing because you've felt the love in the first place.
Exactly.
And it's still there just because the physical
Yeah.
body's gone.
I guess that's why it hurts so much, though,
That's
when they
it.
have gone. Mm.
Well, but then there's also the regrets or the guilt
Mm.
Yeah.
that comes in. Woulda,
Mm.
shoulda, coulda.
Mm. Mm.
Sometimes the pain is not of it's, like a beratement of oneself
Yeah.
Mm,
that I should have done better when they were alive.
mm,
So there's that slippery slope. But in its beauty, yes. And I think being simplistic, getting out of our head and surrendering to the love, not needing to control.
Yeah. And
I remember, oh, go ahead.
even the regrets of not, of things you did do or you didn't do that you wish you hadn't, even that is guilt.
Right, I think so.
And it always comes back to you did the best you could at the time. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Yes.
and there were reasons for decisions. There are
Yeah.
reasons for decisions that we made at a certain time. So berating ourselves only causes more pain to us.
True.
But yeah, there's always a reason why we made a particular decision at that time, be it
Mm-hmm.
good or bad. It was the right decision for them, and we forget that.
That's right.
I think one of the most important things to remember, because, relationships, I know I do this with Robert. Sometimes I'll just take him for granted. And and it is to have no regrets means that you have walked the path of a relationship extraordinarily conscious and respectful and honoring of the other person. And when you make a solid effort to do that, you can't have regrets.
Mm,
Yes.
So, the whole thing's mitigated by it depends on what your commitment levels are to someone, but if you're in a lifetime relationship with someone, you make a commitment to treat them as if they're precious. And that then becomes the foundation for never having guilt or regret with that person. I
Mm-hmm.
think if we do that with everyone, we lead a pretty blissed out life.
mm,
Yeah. 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 Mm.
It's the moment for each of us that
mm,
counts. It's that moment when we make a decision to return love or not even love, just non-judgment,
mm,
just not to condemn or judge where they are, what they're saying or what they're doing. Um, but to, have this perspective that people are in a series of evolutionary steps. And how do we know that this, let's say, bad behavior that may be occurring is not one of the foundational, necessary parts of their curriculum that they must go through, suffer from, and then have a breakthrough because of it? How do we
mm,
know that? We don't. And so, no matter what that person is exhibiting, we can always look at it as part of the curriculum, or it wouldn't be. It wouldn't even exist if it wasn't part of the curriculum.
mm,
Are they stalling their journey to God? Yeah, but is the stalling a bad thing? I don't have enough information to know that. I know I've just been doing my best to not judge anything. I'm not good at it, by the way, but I am doing better at it and catching myself more, having conversations with clients about it. And it's good.
Yeah.
It makes you feel more peace.
Well, it's this kind of reminds me of a couple of years ago. I went to a a group therapy kind of thing for parents who feel a little disconnected from their children, the adult children. And the one thing that like stuck in my brain that it's on to what you're saying, Gary, is if you can get two things out of this 4 week meeting for 1 hour every week, it's this, that to somehow want the other person, whoever that is, in this case it was an adult child of whoever was in the group, wanting and feeling like you need to have them understand you. And he said, do yourself a favor, get that right out of your head. They first, they may never understand you. And second, they don't need to understand you, and you don't need for them to understand you. What you need is peace.
Mm.
And it's like, all right, I can go home now. Thank you. You know?
Yeah, really.
So, yeah.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's quite powerful, really.
Mm.
Yeah, isn't it?
Mm.
It is. And we do all this falderal, you know, throwing up of arms and shouting out and you're wrong and I'm right and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, now are you ready for peace after you put on that act? It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm ready for peace. Oh,
Cool. Thank you. Shall we do number 3? Who
yeah.
wants to do number 3?
I
I'll
will.
do it.
Go, Coralie.
Yeah, Jane. Or am I doing it? I'm doing
Go
it?
for it, Corley.
Okay. If this were the real world, God would be cruel. For no father could subject his children to this as the price of salvation and be loving. Love does not kill to save, but it did. If it did, attack would be for salvation, and this is the ego's interpretation, not God's. Only the world of guilt could demand this, and only the guilty could conceive of it. Adam's sin could have touched no one had he not believed it was the Father who drove him out of paradise. For in that belief, the knowledge of the Father was lost, since only those who do not understand him could believe it.
There's a whole market around guilt in this world, isn't there? It's a great
Oh,
big market.
fear and guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that what the justice system is?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And the health system. Oh, sorry, sickness system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really, isn't the truth if we could all level with ourselves, wouldn't it be correct to say that so and so died of guilt?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's quite confronting that though, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we move on to number 4?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'll
Jane or
read.
me? You read, go.
Sure. This world is a picture of the crucifixion of God's Son. And until you realize that God's Son cannot be crucified, this is the world you will see. Yet you will not realize this until you accept the eternal fact that God's Son is not guilty. He deserves only love because he has given only love. He cannot be condemned because he has never condemned. The atonement is the final lesson. Wait a minute, is the final lesson he need learn. Okay. The atonement is the final lesson he need learn. For it teaches him that, never having sinned, he has no need of salvation.
Nice.
It's a beautiful paragraph, actually, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
it
always
really
is the
is.
last one of the section. We've already got to
Mm,
it's a short section.
Mm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Next section then.
Yep.
You
We're
know,
moving
okay,
fast.
I wanna just ask something. You know, it says, and until you realize that God's Son cannot be crucified, this is the world you will see. Doesn't that stand to reason for us as well, that we cannot be crucified?
Yeah.
It's like we would only allow that by giving our power away.
Yes.
What does that mean to you, Jane, to give your power away?
Um, well, first, to be crucified means that I'm a victim. And if I'm a victim, I stay a victim. But if I don't define myself as a victim, just as God's Son didn't, I mean, they can anyone can annihilate us, annihilate our body, annihilate our good name, our whatever, the list goes on. But no one touches who we really are and our soul. We can just attempt to give up and give in to this world of crucifying, of guilt. But if we don't take part, well, geez, I'm really feeling kind of free, aren't I? You know, it's like, what? What? You mean, you know, and that gets back to the word insane in the first that we read. It's like, yeah, this is an insane world, and I've been a part of it. I've gone along with it. So,
I
Yeah.
still think it comes down to the entrapment. I just had it pretty clear in my mind for a minute. The entrapment still comes from condemning others because
Yes.
as we
right,
condemn others, we condemn ourselves. This is why that one line, it's like, remember then that wherever you look outside unfavorably to what you see, you have judged yourself unworthy and have condemned yourself to death. That's a
Mm,
super heavy paragraph and
Mm.
lesson that I particularly love because if I'm condemning another, I'm going to have fear. And if I'm going to have fear, I'm going to view myself as a victim. For
right,
me, it's different because we hear take ownership, don't be a victim. We hear all that, but
right,
but it's more subtle than that. I think it really comes down to if I'm judging others, I innately have to feel fear because
Yes.
I am going to know that if I'm judging others, I will fear others judging me.
Right.
And that is just almost like gravity. It's an ism. And I still
Yeah.
think it comes down to this is why all condemnation is self-condemnation. All condemnation and seeing others unfavorably condemns me to a place where I feel like I am my body, I am my personality, and that is destined to die. So I condemn myself to death.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
I didn't
Yeah.
quite
Right.
get that before, but I'm kind
Yeah.
of getting it at another level tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's like we take part in our own crucifixion.
Mm.
Yeah, by identifying as a separate personality to the person that we're condemning. As soon as we condemn, we have to be separate from that person,
Mm.
Have
which
to
means
be.
that we're
Yes.
solidifying our attention, our focus on us being separate from the whole. And that always ends in death.
Right.
Mm.
Right. Yeah. Mm,
Good
good
discussion.
good stuff.
Yeah. Mm. Let's go to the next one. Guiltlessness and invulnerability. It must be my turn to read.
Mhm.
Earlier, I said that the Holy Spirit shares the goal of all good teachers, whose ultimate aim is to make themselves unnecessary by teaching their pupils all they know. The Holy Spirit wants only this: for sharing the Father's love for his Son, he seeks to remove all guilt from his mind, that he may remember his Father in peace. Peace and guilt are antithetical,
Antithetical. Mhm.
and the Father can be remembered only in peace. Love and guilt cannot coexist, and to accept one is to deny the other. Guilt hides Christ from your sight, for it is the denial of the blamelessness of God's Son.
Mm.
So what's antithetical mean?
Yes,
The
what does it mean?
antithesis of, or the opposite of.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. Shall we move on? Everyone looks like they've.
Mhm. Excuse me. The dogs really like this.
What's that?
I said the dogs really like what we're saying.
Do they? Are they
So
joining in?
sorry. They just got let out. So
Oh.
sorry.
Hmm. Number two is a short one. Gary, we're back to you.
In the strange world that you have made, the Son of God hath sinned. How could you see him then? By making him invisible, the world of retribution rose in the black cloud of guilt that you accepted and you hold it dear. For the blamelessness of Christ is the proof that the ego never was and never and can never be. Without guilt, the ego has no life, and God's Son is without guilt. I mm, Are I don't even know how to formulate the question. What I'm kind of picking up from this is there an assumption here that there is a broad-based perception that Christ sinned, or is it that the Son of God is everyone? I need to get that understood. I think I don't know. Is it speaking about the manifestation of Christ as Jesus, or is it speaking about um, all mankind as the Son of God?
Probably a bit
Yeah.
of both.
Yes.
But I think that so if we revert back to the Bible and Jesus was crucified and he did that for the sins of mankind, it wasn't about his sin, it was about the sins of mankind.
I'm going to say this out of deep respect for those people who may believe that. Um, I just find that ludicrous, personally, for myself. Just
Yeah.
absolutely ludicrous. There were trillions of people that lived before Jesus ever walked the planet. It's a complete ripoff from the pagan religions of, a pantheon of gods from the Greeks and the Romans, where Dionysus died for your sins and rose from the dead
Mhm.
and was born of a virgin birth. I don't think that that's what it's saying, but I don't know.
Right.
When I
Right.
try to frame it like it's everybody, we're all the sons of God, then it doesn't make that much sense either.
Mm.
Does anyone have any clarification on that?
Well, it's talking about the reality where, these Bibles have been created, not reality. It's in the strange world that you have made, the Son of God has sinned.
Mhm.
And
Right.
it's not about
Mm,
um
yeah,
it's
that
not
word.
about what they call the real world in this book.
But
That's what I feel.
is this about the figure of Christ, or is it about mankind? That's what I can't wrap my head around yet.
I think it's about the story that we've created about Christ in this world, but it's not, you know, one of the one of the masters who've come to teach us. It's not about that. It's about the stories that we tell in this world. And so I think it's about all of us as well. It's the
Mm.
stories we tell ourselves that we feel guilty. If we're feeling guilty, we're not in touch with our higher selves or the higher power. If we're feeling that, we're cutting ourselves off.
Okay, I can kind of wrap my head around that.
I was listening to a talk the other day. I'm not sure if it directly relates to this or not, but it was on the Course of Miracles. It was by the Foundation of Inner Peace. And this guy was saying that this in relation to Jesus, or part that I took of what he said was that Jesus loved Judas. Other people, judged Judas and still do for ratting out Jesus, saying where he was. But Jesus never did that. He was forgiving, and it is our job thing to do is to be like Jesus, not follow Jesus in the way of, what's written in the Bible, but follow him and like be like him and don't judge others.
Mhm.
Maybe the next paragraph will help. Who wants to read number 3?
Jane. Was it, or is it me?
I don't know.
Go for it, Cor.
Whoever wants to
Go
read
for
it.
it, Corley. Looks like it's you, Corley.
Okay. As you look upon yourself and judge what you do honestly, you may be tempted to wonder how you can be guiltless. Yet consider this: you are not guiltless in time, but in eternity. You have sinned in the past, but there is no past. Always has no direction. Time seems to go in one direction, but when you reach its end, it will roll up like a long carpet spread along the path behind you and will disappear. As long as you believe the Son of God is guilty, you will walk along this carpet, believing that it leads to death, and the journey will seem long and cruel and senseless, for so it is. Has that made it better for anyone?
That provided no clarity. Let's read it again. Break it down.
I think it's tough because we believe quite strongly in time.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yes.
As you look upon yourself and judge what you do honestly, you may be tempted to wonder how you can be guiltless.
Yes.
Yet consider this: you are not guiltless in time, but in eternity. I quite like that. It's quite mind-bending, I reckon. But
Yes.
yeah. But it does go back to, like Linda was saying before, with you did what you could at the time. You made the best decision at the time. You
want
have
to keep
sinned in
going?
the past, but there is no past.
Mm.
Always has no direction. See, that's quite mind-bendy to me. Always has no direction.
Well, with this kind of thing, I always come back to what you do with time aggression, Gary, and with the timelines, because you can pull your lessons and you can heal from the past. And then come from the future and bring a lesson through. It's like, this is what you're trying to learn, and you're here in this point, and you can encapsulate all of that.
Yeah. You can do it all in one session.
Yeah.
Resolve the past, get the wisdom from the future, bring it back all to now, and integrate it.
Yeah. It's awesome. I love those.
It is awesome. It's a good process.
Yeah.
Just for the heck of it, I put in let's see, number 2 into Chat GPT and asked, what does this mean from the Course in Miracles? Can I just read this quickly to you?
Yeah.
Do, please.
Okay. It says, in simpler language, it is saying, in the world the ego has made, we believe that we have sinned, made terrible mistakes, and become separated from God. Because we believe we are guilty, we cannot see our true self, the Son of God, which A Course in Miracles uses to mean the divine, innocent, spiritual identity shared by all people. So, the Son of God is us, at least here.
Could you read that again, Jane?
Sure. In simpler language, it is saying, in the world the ego has made, we believe that we have sinned, made terrible mistakes, and become separated from God. Because we believe we are guilty, we cannot see our true self, the Son of God self, which A Course in Miracles uses to mean the divine, innocent, spiritual identity shared by all people. It breaks
Okay.
down like for instance, it says the phrase by making him invisible means that when you believe in guilt, you lose awareness of your true innocent nature. It's as though Christ, your divine self, becomes hidden behind a dark cloud of guilt.
That makes total sense. That's what I thought. It was talking about the whole, not the
Right.
Christ figure or
The man, yes,
the man,
who
the
walked
metaphor
the
of
earth.
Jesus. That makes total sense then.
Yeah.
It emphasizes for me as well with the timeline work. If there's a point in time where you felt guilty in the past, because time doesn't exist, you're still feeling that guilt, and you can go back and heal that and not feel like guilt anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, spirit doesn't need guilt. Only the ego needs guilt.
Well, that's my lesson this week. It isn't so much what this is saying, it's I'm going to identify where I've felt guilty in the past, and I'm going to do the timeline work on that.
Good.
I like that.
Or just trust your subconscious mind and ask your subconscious mind to regress you to the root cause of guilt. Because
Yes.
it may
Yeah.
not go to an event that you're conscious of.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Lovely. Has anyone got a lesson for the week for that?
Yes. He deserves only love because he has given only love.
Yes. Beautiful.
Very nice.
I'm sticking with mine. Remember that whenever you look outside yourself unfavorably to what you see, you have judged yourself unworthy and have condemned yourself to death. So uplifting. But I
Yeah.
got this on a new level tonight, so I'm just going to continue to use it.
Yeah.
Linda, what's yours? Oh, you already gave yours.
Yes, Linda did. I'm writing down sin is an error to be corrected, not a crime to be punished.
Lovely.
Like that.
Yeah.
Nice, Jane.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I got out of this all.
Mm,
Boiling it down, right?
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carly?
Yeah, I might go with accept the eternal fact that God's Son is not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
Beautiful.
Hmm.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Carly
Yeah,
will
this
be
was a
here
good
next
one
week.
tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
You guys
So
have
Carly's-
fun.
Yeah, Carly's doing this next week. So you'll put that in the message group and Gary, you got Gary's email, you can send that to him.
Yeah.
Jane, you'll
I
find that on
just
the messenger group, won't you? Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
For the
very
new
much
link
so.
this next week.
Are you going someplace nice?
no.
Tax conferences and tax planning meetings in the city. So
So yeah, it's perfect.
Try not to be too envious, Jane.
Hey, I don't mind. I've got a new client and he's an artist and he stresses out about all this stuff and he's amazed at the stuff I'm doing in front of him and he's like, how do you do all this stuff? It's like, this is how I'm of service. This is, you've got your strengths as an artist and it's beautiful, but this is how I'm serving. So,
Oh, it's beautiful. I love
yeah.
it.
All right.
Okay, gang,
Thanks.
stay out of trouble.
Bye.
No
Love you.
way.
Bye.